viewers at home. It's another Saturday evening, and I'm happy to be here today to welcome you to another fresh edition of LCFR. LCFR is a production of Heritage Life Support Initiative, an organization that is based there in Osun State. It's a non-government, non-partisan, non-religious organization, the community-based organization that deals with social issues. We have interest in women, children, and persons living with disabilities, and our aim is to make positive impact in our society. Also, Half Hour is a program that is being aired every Saturday at 3 to 3:30 p.m. to discuss about social issues. For this month of November, at Heritage Life Support Initiative, we commemorate the LCGBV Awareness Month. GBV is the acronym of gender-based violence. So throughout the whole of November, as an organization, we commemorate the Gender-Based Violence Awareness Month. And what do we mean? Throughout this month, we are going to be creating so many campaigns, awareness campaigns on gender. This is already a thorn in our flesh in the society. So many things are going on around us, even in our different homes. We have all forms of gender violence going on, and so as an organization, and because it's also one of our main thematic areas like gender, we have the month of November. Last year we had 2022 Healthy GBV Awareness Month, and this year is our second anniversary of the campaign, and so we kick off since November 1st. We've been talking about gender-based awareness. We've been gender-based violence. We've been creating so much awareness through our social media handles. So you can just peep into our social media handles to see what we're talking about. So the theme for this year's LC, the role of the media, in bringing out the issue of eliminating gender-based violence in our society. We believe that the media has a role to play in the interventions of GBV. So for this year, main theme accordingly is the media as a powerful tool in GBV interventions. The media as a powerful tool in GBV interventions. This is one of those things that we are doing. Since November 1st, we have been airing different views of gender-based violence on our social media platform. We also hope to continue this the Saturdays, all the Saturdays of the month. We also hope to talk more, bring in discussants, guests, and all that on GBV. Although today we don't have a guest, I'm going to be an anchor, and so we want to kick off. And for this Saturday, our topic is gender as a social construct. Gender as a social construct. My name is Bukola Ejadi, and I'm your anchor. Good evening, viewers. All right, so our topic, like I said, is gender as a social construct. So let's start with what is gender. Gender is a social construct. What do we mean by that? It means that gender is a cultural and culturally and socially accepted identity in our society. It means gender is a dynamic phenomenon. It means gender is not something that is static. Gender can change, and it describes uh, different aspects according to how we perceive it as an individual. I also want to let us know that gender is not sex. When we talk about sex, sex is the biological difference between a man and a woman. Sex is the physical and biological differences between a male and a female. So, in other words, sex can be either you are a male or a female. For gender, gender is a social construct. Gender is what you perceive. If you perceive me the way I'm dressed now, like just look at me, I'm putting on a t-shirt. Although you didn't see what I'm putting on a t-shirt and a face cap. You may assume or see me as a male. That is gender. But I may decide to tell you that no, I'm a woman. That is the way it is being perceived. So generally in our culture, there are some ways that we have tagged gender. Let me give you some examples. In Yoruba land, we believe that girls are supposed to be the one cooking. The boys, it's not the business of the boys or the men to cook. That is gender affiliation. It means you believed it's your social construct. That's what you believe in. You believe that women or girls or the female gender are supposed to be the one cooking. So in a situation when you now see a male gender or a boy or a man cooking, you feel is absurd. That is gender. Meanwhile, a man or a boy can go into the kitchen and cook. But because it's our culture, we believe as in Yoruba land, no. How can a man be cooking? Ṣé kò níyàwó ńlé ni? So, and that is what we refer to, and this is actually affecting us as a people. And I want to say, without missing words, that's where we have our issues of violence. Because a man will believe that he is not supposed to do a particular thing because he is a man. Whereas God has created us either a male or a female, and God did not say, okay, because you are a male, you are not supposed to sweep the floor. Okay, because you are a girl, you are not supposed to be the breadwinner of the home. Generally now in the society now, we have so many situations where we have the female gender being the breadwinner of the family. Now, are we going to say such women are no more women than they are men? So that is the that is what the gender knows in the society. Gender, to a great extent, is how we think. How do we see gender? How do we feel it? If you see someone dressed in a way, you may regard that person as a man, even though he's a girl, because that is your own cultural perception of that person. In Africa, in Africa continent generally, a woman is supposed to dress in a particular way. That is our perception. A man is supposed to dress in a particular way. That's our perception. A woman is supposed to walk in a particular place. Is our perception of the gender called female. But that's not in reality. It may not be. So it is a social construct. The way we think, the way we feel it. So many instances that we can see. Let's give another instance. The issue of color. Some of us will say, okay, especially when a woman is pregnant and she's expecting a female child, you see the woman going to the market to buy pink dresses, pink things. And so many people say, oh, you are expecting a baby girl, because we have affiliated pink color to a girl. But who told you that boys cannot put on pink dresses, pink shirt, pink pant, pink glasses, and all that. So sometimes when you see a boy or a man put on pink uh, attire or something, people will somehow be feeling somehow. People will be saying, you look somehow. And the guy can say, okay, like how? Okay, maybe because of the color. It's our perception. It's our social perception, it's our cultural perception that pink is affiliated to the girls, while blue is affiliated to uh, the boys. Like me, I'm a woman. I'm a woman, and I'm putting on everything here today is blue. My t-shirt is blue, my skirt and my face cap is blue. Now, anybody can will perceive me as putting on a male color stuff. It doesn't take anything from us. And that is where our mentality starts from. And that's where the issue of violence starts from. When somebody will perceive that you are not supposed to be, when I talk, you are not supposed to talk. That is gender perception. That is gender mentality. There there is nowhere it is written or a kind of a law that when a man speaks, woman must shut up. It's a cultural bias, and we need to stop it because it's affecting us. We're having issues of violence, getting hurt, getting pain, getting so many pains around us. So many women are going through pain, so many men too, because when we talk about gender, like I said, we are not talking about um, male or female. It's when you are talking about sex that we begin to talk about the biological differences between the male child or a female child. But when you are talking about gender, it is a social construct, it is your perception, it is your cultural perception of who a man is, or who a woman is, or who a female gender is, or who a male gender is. So before we move to our next round, let's have a short break. Okay, so let me just quickly go back again. I said we have different forms of gender-based violence across the world. We have domestic violence, we have financial violence, we have psychological violence, we have mental violence, we have emotional violence, we have female genital mutilation, we have rape, we have child marriage, forced marriage, early marriage, human trafficking. All these are different forms of violence that are affecting us, that are affecting us, that are affecting the society, that is affecting so many things about us. and is affecting the peaceful coexistence of us as a people. Gender-based violence is that kind of violence that is given to people because of the perceived gender identity of that person. If you inflict a pain on somebody because she's a woman, that's gender-based violence. If you inflict harm or you cause harm or pain to someone because she's an old woman, that's gender-based violence. Causing havoc to a community because the population there are mostly children that are vulnerable. Look at what is going on around the world. In most cases, we realize that children and women and persons living with disabilities are the most vulnerable. We are still talking about gender-based violence. What is going on in Gaza now is purely gender-based violence. Women are killed, pregnant women are killed. They are not spared. It's so sad that the world is turning to another thing. So many monsters are being packed every day, because I don't know why a human being will raise his or her voice against another to cause that person pain. It's gender-based violence is affecting us, and that's why there is no peace, even not only in Oshu. Thank God for the peace that we have anyway, but generally in the world there is no peace. The nation is not secured because of different forms of violence that is going on around us. And I want to plead to all our stakeholders, our security agencies. I don't know, every time when we come here we talked about our security agencies. I hope I'll be able to bring them on this program one day to come and tell us the reason we are having this security breakdown, why we are having so many issues affecting the peaceful coexistence of us as a people. Man, you hear stories of the husband stabbing the wife to death. You hear stories of boyfriend and girlfriends killing each other because of money, killing each other for ritual purposes. Students in higher institutions killing themselves, targeting particular gender because they believe they are the weaker vessel. We need to stop it. We need to. What we want is peace across the world. At Heritage Life Support Initiative, we believe so much in peaceful coexistence. We believe so much in loving one another. We believe so much in having a peaceful society. That's where prosperity will thrive. And this is one of the main aim of the Sustainable Development Goals of the United Nations, to bring out peace, to ensure peace across the globe, to eliminate violence, eliminate poverty, and bring prosperity to the people of the earth, so that everybody will be happy. If I'm happy, you are happy, she's happy, all of us are happy. There will be peace. There will be no point of people dying of hunger. People will not die of killing one another. The Palestinians, the Israelis are fighting because of what? Because of super tussle or what? All these are ephemeras. Ephemeras that will just fade away. We need love. We need to show love to one another. We need to show love to our friends, even right from our home. And I want to say that this issue of gender-based violence starts from home. Start from our home. So I'm appealing to the family value system that we need to change. Parents should show love to the family. Husband should show love to the wife. Wife should admonish the husband very well, submit to the husband. Husband should love the wife and love the children very well. Let the children too be loved at home, so that when they go out of the home, all what they will be spilling is love. They will not hurt their friends at school. They will not steal. They will not be stabbing. They will not be bullying. Bullying is another form of gender-based violence. We have cyber bullying. We have social media bullying. This is it's getting tougher. People are committing suicide because of what we say to one another. Stop all this. We want to appeal to the government. I don't know what the government can do on that. They can regulate the social media platform so that we curb all these excesses of cyberbullying, social media bullying, and all that. Sometimes you talk to people, you don't even know them. You assume and you begin to spill hatred, spill misinformation, disinformation, malformation, rumors about them. I want to beg us to appeal that as we go through this 30 days awareness campaign on gender-based violence, that we need to stop. We need to eliminate all forms of traditional harmful practices. It's affecting us as a nation. It's affecting us as a people. It's affecting us as a person. This is not what God wants us to be. If God doesn't love us, we will not be here. So, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Sometimes I don't even know what to say. There was a day I was reading a newspaper and the girl arranged with her friends, a girl, a teenager, to kill her parents. And at the end of the day, when they asked her, why did you kill your parents? She said, because her parents were stingy. Because her parents have not been giving her enough money to give her boyfriend. So she planned to kill her parents with her boyfriends and her friends in school. And they succeeded in killing her parents, a teenager. I don't know. I want to appeal to our religious leaders to start talking about social. We've been saying this, and I hope one day we'll start seeing the dividends of what we are saying here. Now, the religious leaders need to start talking about social issues. This is what we see every day. This is what is happening. That they shouldn't shun their eyes away as if nothing is happening. In churches, in mosques, in our religious institutions, in our schools. Teachers should also help us. It's not only when you go to class to teach that you are a teacher. Teaching is a calling. It goes beyond classroom teaching. Talk to these children. We're talking about gender education. Please talk to them. Want to see a situation where we have a peaceful coexistence in our schools, where girls will be free to walk at any point in time, even at the wake of the night, early in the morning, even in schools. Girls, female gender, male gender, they will be free from attacks, from violent attacks, from rape, from domestic violence, from stabbing, from killing, and all that. I want to appeal to every one of us to please talk to our wards at home. Let's talk to our children at home. Some of them are under the influence of drugs. Some of them are under the influence of different forms of stuff that they take or inhale, and so they lose it and they start behaving irrationally. And I also want to appeal to the government to regulate all these things that are being imported to the country. Cocaine, heroin. I want to appeal to the National Orientation Agency. I want to appeal to the NDLEA to please wake up more. I know they are working. It's not that they are not doing, but they need to do more. They need to do more. When you see a teenager that is going to the hotel to lodge, a teenager lodging in an hotel, I don't know what the society is turning to. I want to appeal to everyone I want to appreciate everyone that has been working on gender-based violence. We also have sexual gender-based violence. We have child abuse. We have child pornography. So many forms of gender-based violence that is going on around us. Parents may not even know that right under their nose, their children are committing so many havocs. We need to know what we are doing as parents. As parents, we need to see parenting as a ministry, as a calling, just like teaching is. Our community leaders should also rise up. What kind of people do we have in our communities? We must know them. We must know what they do. We must know what they do. The Lord will help us. The Lord will help us. We'll continue next week to talk about gender-based violence, and hopefully we'll have a guest to talk more on the media as a tool, as a tool, as a tool, end gender-based violence in our state, not only in our state, in our communities, in our societies, in Nigeria, and even around the world. What's the role of the media? We all know it. They have this, they are powerful. The media is powerful. We need to start exploring that power in them to end gender-based violence activities around us. My name is Bukola Ejade. I'm the team lead of Heritage Life Support Initiative, and I'm glad to tell you that in our organization we have been doing a lot. We have organized so many sensitizations, awareness campaigns in schools, community, religious centers, marketplaces. We have even, I remember during the COVID-19 era, we were at some offices of the security agent to talk to them about COVID-19 as well as the effect of COVID-19, and that is gender-based activities, because then there was this spike of rape cases in Osun State. So we were there to tell them to please help us to manage and control the situation, and they did then. So we can still go ahead to do that. So at Heritage, apart from that, we also inaugurated GBV champions. We have the FGM champions around us, and their duty to is to talk to their friends around them about female genital mutilation. Female genital mutilation is one of the core feature of gender-based violence, and we are not stopping until we have zero tolerance for FGM. We are not stopping until we have zero tolerance for rape. We are not going to stop until we have zero tolerance for child abuse, for sexual assault, for sexual abuse, for child marriage, for forced marriage, for early marriage, for domestic violence, for psychological violence, emotional violence, financial violence. We have so many. We want to appeal to our girls, our women, our youth, and our friends that are living with different forms of disabilities. We are talking about total inclusiveness, that the society should embrace total inclusiveness. So whatever we say here covers everyone, irrespective of their physical, social, or economic backgrounds. So we want to appeal to the government to please come to our aid to support our organization. We want to appeal to philanthropists to support us in our war against gender-based violence. We are coming back next week again to talk more about gender-based violence. So we would like to stop here. We want to appreciate everyone that's been supporting us. I want to thank the staff and the management of Heritage Life Support Initiative. We appreciate the authority of Orisunayo Radiotv for their support. We also want to thank all our schools that have been supporting us, that have been giving us approval to come to their schools for awareness campaigns. Throughout this month, we'll be going to different schools some of them have actually approved us to come. We also want to appeal to the Ministry of Education uh, to always grant us the approval. It makes our job easier. We are not partners in crime. We are partners in progress. We want the government to work. We want them to be our partners, to collaborate with us on the war against gender-based violence. And I know that everything will turn out fine. We want zero tolerance for rape, zero tolerance for GBV, and I know by the end of this month too, we'll continue to count our success story and we'll release the data out before the end of the year. I want to thank you for staying through with us. Next week is another time. Stay blessed.